Deciphering Genesis chapter 2, 8 through verse 14 from Rwandan Ubwiru perspective. Examining the Anunnaki from Rwandan mythology and relating it to the Bible. And the Lord God planted it eastward in Inda. The term Inda, as felicitously presented as Eden, meant many things including 1. The center of planet Earth, or the center of the world. 2. The Earth as a dome-shaped plane of a 4D existence. 3. The Earth as a euphemism for a woman's pregnancy, therefore the abdomen of a pregnant woman. And out of the garden made the Lord God to every tree that is pleasant to the sight. This sounds like what you would see if you were around eastern Congo, Rwanda, and Uganda during the 1700s. You would see an abundance of pleasant flora and fauna all over the place. And a river went out of Inda center to water the garden, and from there it was parted and became 4 heads. And the name of the first is Zuba San. Here Paisan was westernized term Zuba, because P was B, letter S was Z. Letters ON were always added by European translators to anglicize Hebrew terms. And from then it was parted, and it became into 4 heads. Zuba encompasses the whole land of Havilah. Havira means source in Kinyarwanda. Havilah represented the entire lands in the center of Africa, from Sudan, Omo Valley, Congo, Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Malawi, Angola to Zimbabwe and Botswana. Rwanda and Burundi were the umbilical center of this place, from where the Nile waters squatted out. Havilah was a second son of Cush. And the gold of that land is good. And the second river is Gihon, which encompasses the whole land of Ethiopia. This is the Blue Nile. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. Hiddekel was an attempt by the English to phonetically change the term Ituru to oblivion. The true name of the river here is Ituru, which was the rightful name of the Nile. The full term was Ituru Rea Kanyaru, which meant a river that flows forth. Ituru was also a name given to the first command center city in Rwanda, where the gods decided to settle soon after descent from the heavens. There was a city of Ituru in Rwanda and the city of Ituru in Mesopotamia. Ituru was mistranscribed as Iduru in Assyriology. The city of Ituru in the Great Lakes of region of Africa is where the first man was genetically engineered by Yahweh. Ituru in Iraq was a port for Nibirians to fly back to the home constellations. Activities that took place in Mesopotamia happened concurrently as they took place in Havilah and the rest of Africa. The same names of areas used around Mesopotamia were the same applied around Havilah. For the Anunnaki, Sumeria in Asia was Inda, garden, just as Havilah in Africa was Inda, or the Garden of Eden. The verse continues to say that river Hiddekel, Ituru, flows east towards Assyria. 1. We all know that Syria is to the west of the Tigris and Euphrates, and not to the east of the rivers. So where is Assyria that the Bible verse refers to? The answer lies in the term Assyria. Translator mistook the term Isi, earth, for a nation Assyria. From the center, the river Ituru goeth towards the east of Isi, eastern direction of the earth, meaning left Uganda, heading through Sudan towards the east and Ethiopia. Conclusion: Mesopotamia, term which means between 2 rivers, Meso, between, Potamia, rivers, did not apply to the area of today's Tigris and Euphrates, but in a different part of the world where a network of diverging river tributaries of fresh waters are found. It turns out gods preferred anywhere of such places for their activities. For example, in Havilah, East Africa, Indus Valley, Yellow River Valley in China, Ile Ifi on Niger River, Amazon, and Zambezi. So there was no exclusive area referred to as Mesopotamia, but many Mesopotamias. Such was an English scholar's creation, or something that arose from a poor perception of the concept deduced for the ancient writings. The river referred to in Genesis 2 is the modern-day Nile River, Iteru River, and its four main tributaries around Havilah. This Bible chapter and the verses attached did not in any way refer to what is situated in modern-day Iraq, although other parts of Genesis refer to that area, as it were. Enlil based his causes, while Enki was based in Rwanda, where during his time he named the base Itiru, mistranslated Eridu. Enki fondly viewed Itiru as the place of Inda, place of incubation, Eden, which is where the term Rwanda came from. Enki is known in Rwanda as Mungwe, and later Zabizeze. He took several names based on the different times he returned to Earth. He was mainly the creator of black people. He was a geneticist from an unclear source in the cosmos and left expressions that suggested a connection with Sirius, Triangulum, Taurus constellations, as well as a planet named Nibiru. Enki is basically Yahweh, the brother of Jehovah or Enlil. Both were responsible for bringing civilizations to Earth. Rwandan oral accounts relate that Ruwenge, known in Western civilizations as Enlil, was the father of Mungwe, Enki. The Rurunge possessed God's secret instructions regarding Earth, while Mungwe, Enki, possessed God's directive and the promise to rule the Earth. This caused a rift between the offsprings of the two characters, where contention, misunderstanding, and wars erupted, causing widespread damage to the planet and lasting rifts and enmity between the offsprings.